Few weeks ago, I have reported this that Meghan's podcast is going to be taken over by Kim Kardashian. Now, at that time, when I was reporting it, I did not really have too many sources to rely on. In fact, one person he mentioned that look, Kim was signed up to do a podcast for Spotify long time ago, 2-3 years ago. He said even before Meghan. And so he refuted me, and some of you could not really see a source where you can get this information from other than myself. So I started doing some research and study, and voila, I found something that I want to share with you. And this is basically what this video is going to be about. But before we jump ahead and talk about this very, very interesting topic, we do not want to see Meghan Markle doing podcast anymore. And so you do not want to miss out. Before I start, I just want to let you know, most of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel. If you're one of them, consider to subscribe and hit the bell. Let's talk about this topic. Meghan Markle dealt hammer blow as, quote, Kim Kardashian beating her in Spotify charts. Now, this report came very late or beginning of this month. Therefore, you probably would not hear anything new other than the one I already mentioned. But let's find out if there is something we can learn new from this. Meghan Markle has released 7 episodes of her podcast so far, but obviously she did more because again, this news is from beginning of this month. Speaking on GB News, royal expert Kinsey Schofield discussed the Duchess of Sussex's popularity in the US, claiming that Meghan's podcast was being, quote, beaten by Kim Kardashian, end quote, in Spotify charts. So again, this is not coming just from me, but also from other people, and this looks like a royal expert who is claiming this. She said, if you look at the numbers, her podcast, that very first episode, it blew up, and I mentioned the reason why in my other video. Quote, I think people were curious, but lately Kim Kardashian beating her on the Spotify charts. Quote, end quote. Again, there is less and less interest in her, end quote. And she said, Miss Schofield said that the American media have noticed this redirection in the narrative, end quote, adding that they are very surprised that she is complaining less. Wow, I don't know if she is complaining less, because, I mean, this is the only thing she does, and this is the only thing she knows. Really, no talent, nothing else to share. I mean, no. Okay, you complain about things. Okay, I understand. But what is the solution for that? She doesn't have any solution. She's a problem-minded person. You know, she's not like solution-oriented person. She cannot go out and change anything because she knows nobody cares. You know, well, she tried in 2019, I believe there was 2019 or 2000, actually last year, 2021. When she wrote this letter to the Congress, US Congress, trying to change something for the parental leave, that blew up. Nobody cared. And in fact, in some report, it said the people, the Congress members, they even did not even recognize who she was until she was like, oh, I'm the Duchess of Sussex. And they were like, who? So this is how it went. So she cannot change anything. Nobody cares. She's really a twerp. And so what can people do? She is now coming on this podcast. I mean, Spotify, how, I mean, what should I say? Silly. I maybe should not use the word stupid, but this is what they are. Allowing Meghan to present her case, all the whining, all the complaining she has to do, they gave her this platform. This is just, I mean, amazing. Meghan's podcast focuses on various archetypes that affect women. The 41-year-old joined by various guests each week to explore personal experiences. There are expected to be at least a dozen episodes. The first episode was released back in August. Well, look, the expected number of the podcast, dozens, but I think we do not have a number on it. Means Spotify, they just wanted to do a test by running some of the episodes and see how it goes. It will be very, very interesting to see if the Spotify, they're stupid enough to do it again, sign her for another episode next year. Who knows? If they do, I mean, I can tell you for sure, the way Netflix is struggling with subscription, you know, they have lost, I think, 3 million people or something. They have lost a lot of money. same situation for Spotify will happen. The first episode was released back in August. The podcast had a 4-week break following the death of Queen Elizabeth's death on September 8th. And then you have, voila, Kim Kardashian on the picture right now. Spotify, they know that if they really want to grow their business and make it worldwide thing, then they have to go to those celebrities who matter. Meghan doesn't matter. They only have now Joe Rogan sitting on the top. Everybody else, he is actually dwarfing them. They're very, very tiny little podcasters compared to Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is the only one. So now they're thinking Spotify, that we need to bring the like of Kim Kardashian. That way we can grow our business faster. Meghan has so far been joined by a variety of guests, including professional Serena Williams, US singer Mariah Carey, and American socialite Paris Hilton. And I explained to you guys, Paris Hilton was actually begged by Meghan, please come to my show. The reason for that is because what we hear from Paris Hilton herself, she said that I'm not sure, I'm shy, I did not know what to say to Meghan, but she begged her. And the fact that Paris Hilton did say that she was very shy and she's an introvert, the fact that she said, I don't know really if I should go, shows that Meghan was actually begging her, or even, who knows, try to bully her. Be like, if you don't come, I'm gonna come at night and haunt you. How about that? So you never know. But Meghan Markle, right? Meghan and Harry stepped down senior royal working in 2020 and have since been curving a new path for themselves after declaring, well, they're curving a path, they're still curving, they're gonna curve for the rest of their life. Nothing is gonna happen. The podcast deal was really the only thing that they could use, or the Netflix show, which already it has a lot of controversy. Netflix doesn't know what to do, how to deal with these two little kids. They're at odds with each other. The only way Meghan could really make a name for herself is through the Spotify. As she said, I'm going to be talking to you directly, even though she did, but nobody listened because of all this rubbish, the tosh that she brought with her in her podcast. The couple signed multi-million-dollar deal with Netflix in September 2020. So that was almost like more than actually now 2 years ago, but are just yet to release any content. Well, you know what? Even with the Spotify, she struggled. She did not know what to talk about. She begged so many people to come to her podcast before she started it. I'm sure she reached out to Obama, Michelle Obama, and all of these people. And nobody cared. You know what? One thing I find very interesting before I let you go, she did not bring Oprah in her podcast. Did you notice that? This is like crazy, right? She should be calling Oprah and she should be bringing Oprah, the first person. Why is she not doing that? You know why? Because they know, especially Oprah, that they have actually now created this huge negative image around them after that interview. Nobody likes them at all. And so she's like, no, I'm not coming to your podcast and lose the rest of my reputation that I have little tiny bit left. Thank you guys for joining in, for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.